Hi y'all, and welcome to today's video. I am going to be showing you some stuff that I am decluttering. This is going to be a super chill video. We're going to sit on the floor. I'm going to show you stuff I'm getting rid of, why I'm getting rid of it. Everything that's not expired by the time you're watching this is already in a good home with friends and family. I always put my stuff together and let them kind of shop, go through it. Everything gets taken. But what I like to do as I like clean up and organize and stuff, I usually just, if I see something and I'm like, you know what, I don't need this anymore. I don't use it enough. I don't need it. I put it in a bin, and the bin has started to overflow. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to sit down, show you what I'm getting rid of. And if you are new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. Shimmer, glitter, declutters, we are here for it. So if that sounds good to you, I do hope that you will subscribe before you leave today, because I upload lots of new videos every single week. I do have an entire collection declutter playlist, so if you want to check that out, definitely do. But I can't wait to share with you everything I'm decluttering, so let's just jump in. Some palettes that I want to declutter that I don't need in my collection, but that I think friends of mine would really enjoy. So, okay, here, we'll just start here, top of the pile. We have the Juvia's Place Allure 2 palette. I did a video on this. I really like this palette. I think it's super nice. It's just not super unique in my collection, and I do have other blues that I like a little bit more. So even though this is a great palette, I think a friend will enjoy it a bit more than me. So I'm going to set that aside. This one, y'all are probably like, what, Heather? That's like your favorite Unearthly palette. Well, this is the older one. It does say Alien instead of Unearthly. And I have used and loved this one a whole lot. I've used it and loved it a lot, you can see, but I did order the new one in the new formula, and that is the one I'm reaching for. It has the same shades, so I'm not saying if you have this one that you need to run out and buy the new one. I'm just saying I did, and I don't need duplicates. So I know I have somebody who's gonna want and love this palette, so I'm gonna pass that on to them. I have these two palettes from DD's Signature. DD's Signature is like, they closed their doors, unfortunately. Hopefully they'll come back, but I do have a couple of palettes that I think some friends of mine will enjoy a bit more than I do, get some more use out of them. So this one, super colorful, super pretty. These shades are very shifty and reflective, so I think somebody's gonna love those. That is the Caramel Skewer, and then I'm also getting rid of the Tropical Skewer. These are super intense metallic type shades, but like I said, I just wanna, if I'm not using these palettes, I want somebody who's gonna use them to get them and love them. This one right here is the Losing My Religion palette from Rebel Rouge Labs. You can see very pretty, bold jewel tones, also with a few neutrals if you don't want to go super bold. Again, these are all great palettes, just not palettes that I have to keep in my collection. I don't need to be a crazy makeup hoarder more than I already am. This is Rebel Rouge Labs. This one does have 3 pressed glitters. It's a very mid-tone palette, really nice, but passing that one on. Okay, I cannot believe that I'm decluttering some of my Naked palettes, but I think it's time. I have not reached for these in so long, so I just want to give them to somebody that I know is gonna love it. I mean, this is like a cool toned deep neutral palette, so I know a friend of mine will get a ton of use out of that. And the same with Naked too. At the time that these released, I used these and loved them. I mean, you can definitely see the signs of wear in both of these palettes, but I just feel like if I'm going to create neutral looks, I have some of my favorite neutral palettes that I reach for way more than these. So instead of just letting them sit, I'm going to pass them on to somebody who will love them. This one from Charlotte Tilbury. Wow, can you tell how much I love that bronzer? I really loved this palette, like loved it. But then Charlotte Tilbury announced that she was making single bronzers, and I fell in love. That is my favorite bronzer, her airbrush bronzer, whatever it's called, and I never really reached for this anymore. And it's such a beautiful palette. They don't make it anymore, so I don't tend to use it when I'm filming, so I think I'm gonna pass it on. Even though the bronzer is kind of beat up, I think I have some friends who will still really enjoy these two blushes and that highlighter, so I want to give it to a good home. Okay, I've got a new pile here. I think you can see my reflection in this one. This is the Makeup Revolution Glow Splendor Matte Bronzer. This shade range of bronzers is really nice. Like, it goes pretty light to pretty dark, but I find myself reaching for my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, my NYX matte bronzers over this one. So instead of it just letting it sit in my drawer and never be used, I want to pass it along to somebody who will really love it. This ABH bronzer is almost new. I think I've used this less than 10 times. This is in the shade Golden Tan, and it really just is too light for me. Even when I'm at my palest, I really have to build this up. But I do have friends with a lighter skin tone than me, so I think that they will really enjoy it. Since it is a cream product, I don't want to let this set forever, because if I waited, you know, another year to declutter this, I think it would definitely be bad by that point. I don't see the expiration date on here, but yeah, it's just too light for me, so I never reach for it, so I want to pass it on to somebody else. Okay, I'm gonna kind of quickly go through these products. This Ofra highlighter, I really like this highlighter. It's beautiful, but I have a lot of Ofra highlighters, and I kind of looked through them and pulled out my favorites, the ones I reach for all the time, and I want to get rid of a few that I don't reach for, because they are amazing, beautiful highlighters, and I know my friends and family will get a ton of use out of them. Same with this one. This is the shade Retrograde, very beautiful. I love that you can use this shade as kind of a blush topper if you don't want a colorful highlight. This is a pretty yellowy shade, really beautiful. Gonna pass that on. I have this. This is the Blush Bronzer Compact in Squad. I bought this when Ofra released it with a duo of their liquid blush. And I'm keeping the liquid blush, I think, but I'm gonna declutter this one. The bronzer is definitely too warm for me. The blush is beautiful. I wish I had that blush in a single, but I'm gonna give that to somebody who will use it more than me. I have a few other quads here from Dee Dee's Signature. I have the Coconut Quad. Again, you just can't buy these anymore, and I think I have a friend who will enjoy these more than I do. I have the Peach Quad. This one, this one I need to clean it up a bit before I give it away, because this shimmery shade, you can tell, it did shatter. It's all over the palette. Whoop, I'm not center, am I? I need to clean this one up, but I will, because it's really nice. And then the Passion Fruit Quad right here, beautiful blues. Blues, there's no blue in here, Heather. Purples is what I meant. Purple, gold, and orange. I'm gonna pass that on. This base blue palette right here, very pretty to look at. Like, look at that. That's pretty. It's like a work of art, but I did not enjoy wearing these shadows whatsoever. They faded on me after a couple of hours of wear. I didn't get a look that I really enjoyed, but I'm sure somebody else will really love and appreciate that one. I'm getting rid of this one. This is the Violets palette from Juvia's Place. Again, really pretty, very cool toned purples, very like cool toned violet purples. And I just have other palettes that I reach for more than this one, but I think somebody will really enjoy this, because it does go nice and bright to nice and very deep. This Bahama Mama bronzer, that's a tongue twister. This one's getting thrown away. It's very old. I mean, really old. It doesn't blend well anymore. It's just not the same bronzer that it used to be. So that one's not even going in the giveaway pile. That one's going in the trash. Sleek Makeup. This, listen, I loved this for a long time. This can be like a blinding highlighter. It's really, really beautiful if you're looking for something nice at the drugstore. But again, I just have things that I'm reaching for more. And if I haven't reached for this, if I haven't even wanted to use this in the past year, it really needs to go to a friend. This pocket palette is new. I bought this recently. I did a full face of Sephora collection, like one brand tutorial, if you want to see this palette in action. And my conclusion was this is a nice palette. It's not better than other things I own, so I'm never going to reach for it, but I know some other people I know will really enjoy it. Okay, I've got another little pile of stuff. These 4 lipsticks are from Dee Dee's Signature. Again, really like the things the brand put out, really enjoy the colors, but the brand's not available anymore. They're not selling products anymore, so I don't reach for these a ton, especially when I'm like filming most days and I want to show y'all things, and I never want to rave about things that y'all can't get. So because of that, I just feel myself, I'm not reaching for these anymore, so I'm going to put them in a stack to give away. This by Beauty Bay bronzer, this is the shade Caramel. Really pretty, really nice, just not a favorite. So for that reason, I don't reach for it. This Coty Airspun Loose Highlighter, again, really pretty, really blinding. I think this is like $5 at Walmart. So if you're looking for a super intense icy highlighter at the drugstore, this one is really good, but I don't reach for it more than other things. I bought all of the Lolly Glosses from It's Belle, and I like all of them, but there are some that I use more than others, so I'm gonna get rid of these 3 right here. I'm keeping my most favorite ones, and I'm decluttering Mocha Pop, Coca For You, and Call Me Pecan. I'm getting rid of these products from Tower 28. This is the Bronzino and the Beach Please Blush. I really, really enjoyed these for a time. I even completely panned one of these, but I have other products that I like more now. I never reach for these. Again, they're a cream, so they don't need to stay in my collection forever, just collecting dust when somebody could really love those. I'm also getting rid of some of my Kylie Cosmetics highlighters. These, if you don't know, my first YouTube video ever was using, swatching, trying on these from Kylie Cosmetics. I'm not getting rid of all of them. Actually, I think I'm gonna keep this one too, because I like this one to be a bronze stopper. I'm gonna keep that one. Okay, mine changed, but these 4 I'm getting rid of. You can see these are the original packaging. I bought these when the only place you could shop Kylie was directly from her site. I bought all of them. I made my first YouTube video swatching them, showing them on the skin. It's definitely a fun memory, but I don't need to keep all 6 for that. I think I'm just gonna keep these 2. Let me show you the 2 I'm keeping. I decided to keep this one. I think this one is chocolate cherry. Yes, and this one, let me see, is this one strawberry shortcake? Yes, look at me. I'm keeping these 2 for sentimental reasons, even though I don't really use them anymore. And I'm getting rid of these Beauty Bay lipsticks. This is Freckle and Pinch. And I'm getting rid of Tea and Cola too. I really like the By Beauty Bay lipsticks. I think they're really nice, but I don't use these more than other formulas I have, so therefore I want to give them away. Okay, here is the last little bit of it. I got these from Skin Research Labs for the brows. I don't really enjoy them. They're not the type of brow product I like. I like something that has a lot of hold. These are great if you want a lot of tint. Same with the mascara. This Made by Michelle bronzer. It's blush, but it's bronze. Not something I reach for. It's very sheer. I reviewed this recently on my channel. It's just too sheer. If I build it up, it starts to not look the best, so that's a pass on for me. Okay, let me tell you about this Wet n Wild foundation, because this foundation broke my heart. Used multiple bottles of this foundation, loved it, and now it breaks me out, like horrible breakouts. I'm also getting rid of the Skin Feels Good Long Wear Skin Perfector. Really enjoy this, but I've used a lot of it. It's getting down to the bottom, so that one actually I'm not going to pass on either. That one needs to be tossed because I've used it. It's not quite empty, but it's not performing the same, so it just needs to go. This Sigma Gloss, beautiful gloss, but I hate this applicator. I know I've said that so many times, but I want a doe foot, something other than a brush tip. I'm going to pass that on to somebody who will like it more than me. This Milani lipstick, what is this called? This is, I don't know, it's like their lipstick balm something. Everybody raved about. I didn't enjoy it. I've got these e.l.f. Cookies and Dream products, these glosses. Nice, but not the favorite. These two shadow sticks, I know my mom will get a lot of use out of. I kept the two colors that I really like, the more blue one and the white one, but I'm gonna pass these two along because I know my mom really likes shadow sticks. This e.l.f. highlighter duo, it's nice, but I don't reach for it, so why I keep it? It's not a bad product. This e.l.f. putty bronzer, way too dark for me, of course, but I used to use it as a mixing bronzer, but I figure there's no point in keeping it if I don't use it enough. City Lips Gloss, I'm gonna toss this. You can see it's like discolored from using my lipstick and me not cleaning the wand, but it burns the lips. I don't like it. And then these three liners from Beauty Bay. I don't like these crayon eyeliners. They tug in the waterline. They don't go on anywhere really smoothly. They don't last a super long time, so I'm going to pass that on. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Just so you know, if I decluttered something that's like your holy grail, it's not that I'm decluttering bad things. It's just that I don't use these things enough, and I know I have friends and family who will absolutely love it, so don't worry. Everything you saw that wasn't expired is now in a good home. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. Please do subscribe. I post lots of new videos every single week. So if you want new fun makeup content, this is the place to be. If you're curious about this eye look, I will post a link to the tutorial down below. This is a different look than the thumbnail because you know what? I already filmed the intro and outro to this, got everything edited, and I must have deleted the clips. So now you get this look in the video, different look on the thumbnail. But you know what? I hope you enjoyed this declutter. Give it a thumbs up if you did. I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye!